Sinuous.
Back off the street. Back off the street.
Sinuous.
Fire. Back off the street.
Yeah. This album consists of a bunch of tracks that didn't make it to official releases, and still dope enough to wanna put it on repeat quick. So keep this, throw this in your CD player. Oh, I forgot they non-existent, dog. Shit has changed major. So scratch that, throw it in your iPod player. Like, my God, he write hard, a ball on you figures. Yo, they throw back, so give it away for free. Like, oh boy, go and make noise. And when you hear, hope you jump for joy. I'm optimistic, glass ain't half empty, it's half full. Hopefully by now you know me from the Jazz Council, that was years ago. So I brought more fire to doubt stools and playing by house rules. I lay back like a couch dude. I'm that dude to make his own beats, writes his own rhymes, records his own shit. Probably why it takes so much time to put out an album. Man, I'm always behind schedule. Ain't that I ain't hungry, I just always got my plate full. Try to digest all the topics that I'm spitting. You need to sit back and actually take the time to listen. We living in a new age where mind states are feeble. Kids' attention spans are shorter than Danny DeVito. My beat stole, be banging, be about my business. Bass stays knocking.
Happy Monday! Ooh, that's loud. Is that loud for you guys? That seems really loud on my end. I'm not sure what's changed. Who knows? This computer is going off of the rails. Let's at least try to turn it down to my headphones a little bit. Guys, tell me what you guys can hear over there. Let's see. I don't know if you guys heard the piss pop or not of the can. And it was actually a can of water. Bubbly water, because we have an open bottle of Prosecco, and so we are drinking some Venetian spritzes. Shouts out to my Venice friends. Going with Aperol today because I felt right for lunch. Usually I like the Cynar a bit more, but yeah. Davide, Fabio, all my good friends out there, cheers. Okay, how's everybody doing today? Yeah, Jay, I got microphone issues all over the place. And I have no idea what you guys are hearing because I'm a little discombobulated because it's really loud in my headphones at the moment. But I don't know what I've changed. The little one, the 21-month-old, may have been in here playing with some dials. I don't know. But hopefully you guys can hear me and it sounds okay. No idea. I hope you all had a great weekend and a happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I hope you guys did something special for your moms or your wives if they're moms as well. Oh, we got someone from Italy. Fantastic. Yeah, I got introduced to these my first time in Venice. Been hooked on them. They're fancy. They make you happy. They feel like spring. It's hard to smile while you're drinking. Hard to not smile while you're drinking one. Good times. Been having internet issues all day, so if you lose me, you'll know why. Let's see. So today I'm thinking that I'm going to play with World Creator. I'm thinking it's going to be a laid back stream. I don't know what I'm doing. I've only used it for about an hour in my entire life. The thumbnail that you guys have seen before that I used is like the only thing I've ever used with it. I think I've been in it for maybe an hour, 2 hours total, just playing around, and I'm just going to continue doing that. Is my plan today. So let's see who's in the chat. We got Milan, Claudio, Vlad, Alicia, Jay, what's going on? Jake, Daniel, Dario, Leo, Nitin. Guys, so glad to have you here. Thank you for being here. Let's play with World Creator. So, well, before we jump into it, let me explain my thinking. My current thinking, I've been thinking about the little 1 hour stress test we did last week. And I'm thinking that there's a couple of places that I want to continue to improve. One, obviously painting, right? Because if I can paint really well, all of this kind of becomes a moot point when it comes to sketches because I can just fix everything in a painting form. But on the 3D side, it's time that I finally figure out a terrain generator of some sort so that I can either generate terrain when I need it, or I can just make myself a little library. So I need steep mountains, slope, or, you know, rolly mountains, all that kind of stuff. I would like to just kind of have a catalog of that. I would rather produce it. I don't know of any good ones to buy that makes a lot of sense. So I need to learn one. I think Patrick and I are gonna do an episode where we both try to learn Gaia at the same time. The camps seem pretty split between Gaia and World Creator. And so I want to try them both. So I have World Creator already installed. So we're going to do that today. And then at some point in the future, we're going to play with Gaia. And then at some point, we're actually trying to learn, meaningfully learn one of the two. Or both, who knows? So that is my plan for today. We're going to start jumping into that. Some other things I want to do. I've been thinking about some 3D workflows. You guys know that I am not a fan of modeling whatsoever. And I'd like to figure out a way that maybe I like, that I can find that I like render or modeling a little bit more, especially for, here, let me give you a thought in my head. Let's see, Dell, that's the Dell. Here you guys can see a blank frame. There's this image that I painted a little while ago. Let's pull it up. It was bright red and orange. This guy. I painted this guy a while ago. I've been wanting to kind of learn speed painting for a while now. But if I wanted to make something like this in 3D, I would have to model this guy. I couldn't bash it together from kit bash kits. We all know my affinities for playing with kit bash kits because it means no modeling. Fantastic. But I'll have to model it, and I know how to model it. It wouldn't be complex to model, but it'd be a pain in the ass to model. And one of the concept artists we worked with a lot while I was at Kit Bash was a guy named Sebastian Luca, who has a 2D to 3D workflow that goes through 3D coat, and he works really quickly, and the meshes come out pretty rough, but I feel like having a quick way to generate complex geometry that's going to be painted over in post would be a good thing. So I'm looking into a couple options. We're probably going to play with that in a little bit. But I need to look into it a little bit more. Otherwise, if I hop into like 3D Coat, never using it, you guys are just going to see me Googling how to do things, which will be no fun. And I also might try some of those ideas in ZBrush. I have a couple different ideas of things that I might be able to use to do things in a way that I enjoy more and get more done in a rough sense in 3D. But that's not today. Daniel, Venetian Spritz. We got like, I don't know, Prosecco, Aperol, bubbly water. And if you like it a little bit more bitter, I recommend Cynar. It's amazing, but it doesn't feel as much like lunch. To me, at the moment. So we're going a little sweeter, we're going Aperol. Plus, I mean, come on, guys, look how cool it looks. It's awesome. Okay, so those are kind of my general thoughts. Keep getting better at painting. Figure out a way to do down and dirty, complex modeling that I enjoy. The enjoy part being kind of the important thing. And figure out terrain. So today we're going to start playing with some terrain stuff. Knitting, we will be doing more painting. Probably not today. Oleg, what is going on? Alright, so let's let me know if you guys know. I was just chatting with someone. I'm so bad with names, it is ridiculous. I was just chatting with somebody, Dario, I believe. I think it was with Dario. He was just trying World Creator too. I might need tips. I don't really know what I'm doing. So this is by no means here's how to use World Creator. This is going to be me trying to figure it out. Including the controls. What's yeah. Oh wait, there's yeah, there we go. Okay, so I don't have any specific kind of plans for this. Like, I'm not trying to create something specifically, which I think if you're trying to learn a software, that is the best way to do it. But before you can try to do something specifically, you got to play with it. And so that's kind of the plan. And I remember a little bit about it. We have our filters. And then we can use seeds to give us like random starting shapes. Let's start with 0 because then we know where we're starting from. And we can change it as we go along. All right, let's see. So, the little bit that I remember from like the hour or so that I've played with this before is that you can add filters to change the shape of the terrain. They're all procedural, and then you can add layers to mask them. Ooh. I mean, one of the things that I've like always kind of liked about it, always, one of the things that I liked in the hour that I've played with it is that it's very fast and you can like very quickly generate all these things. Now you do, because everything's getting displaced just with a black and white height map, you can't get anything that hangs over, and you get like a lot of vertical. If you have like cliff faces, you end up with a lot of really kind of bad stretched polygons, which I think is probably going to be true with just about any terrain generator. But I don't know. I don't know that. And then you can layer these. Oh, that's kind of cool. Then you can layer these things. Where is invert height? I feel like that's kind of a fun start. Let's start with that. Add and close. And then you can just, I mean, you just kind of add things on top of each other. Let's see what's an alien. Ooh. Alien does some fun things. Ooh. I mean, that's a cool pattern. We might do something with that. We might take this into 3D afterwards. Don't really know. I don't have a game plan for today. So if you're expecting one, I do apologize. See, like, that's the thing. This is the thing. I was playing, the last time I was playing with this, I had all these like stepped craters that I thought were really cool, but all of the sides come out super duper janky. If you know how to fix that, or you know if there's a better way to be doing that, let me know. But I think that everything's being displaced straight up or straight down, so you're always going to get those artifacts, which is a shame. Vector displacement maybe would be a solution for that. But F-Storm, I just was recently dealing with the fact that F-Storm does not... Ooh, that's kind of cool too. F-Storm does not support vector displacement. I was trying to do some ocean stuff and I couldn't do it the way I wanted to. Such is life. If I wasn't midway through a project that I was trying to get them on, I would switch to V-Ray for that project. Just for vector displacement, if nothing else. Jay, yes. The erosion tools have all kinds. I mean, it's crazy that I've just clicked a couple of buttons and we have something like this. Which is nuts, right? Like, that's just crazy. I'm beginning to regret that first decision. Let's add this one. This is kind of cool. And then we can turn that off. Let's see here. Can we control this so that we don't get a straight edge? I mean, it's pretty crazy what these tools can do nowadays, right? Could you imagine modeling this? Dear Lord. What is our, so right now we got like a 2 kilometer by 2 kilometer, 2048. Let's go down to like the half meter, see if that helps a little bit. So that's 496. One of the things that I did not love, how do I get in quickly? One of the things that I didn't love when I was dealing with this the first time was that if I wanted to take this and make it into a like an actual mesh so that I could see it in the viewport, exporting a mesh from this just generated a whole bunch of meaningless nonsense. Not really, but like pretty unusable. So I was using the displacement map and pulling it in and then displacing just a plane so that you can actually see it. But that gets, your geometry gets really heavy really quickly. Like unusably heavy, I found. So lots to figure out. I think maybe what we'll do today, I think I'm going to, this is kind of doing something cool. I'm still not sold on whether or not I want the flat tops. But let's see what happens if we add in, I liked what that cratery thing was doing. The alien, was it cratered plains? I wonder if I can do something like this. We can set up, I believe, an area. Can we set up an area that's based off of height? Bit of terrain size. I was hoping that we could just apply that filter just to like the flat areas. Let's see here, alien, let's add. I mean, there's something cool happening with that. There's something cooler happening with that, but I don't like how, oh, I know what I could do. I think I know what I can do. What I would like to be able to do is just, whoa. That's nutso. What I'd like to be able to do, that's pretty cool, is have that not affect the mountains. And I don't really know what I'm doing. Okay, let's add this one. How do we edit it? Here we go. So we do something like that, and I think that we can probably go back to filters and we add that as an area. Default name. This is kind of freaking sweet. Claudio, I do believe you can generate heat maps from this, which you can use to either mask off materials. I haven't used it with Forest Pro, but I assume that you can. I assume that you can, and hopefully we'll get to that point today. I think maybe we turn this down just a hint. Max length slope. I definitely have that feeling of like, we're just gonna kind of tweak things until we find some stuff that I like. Because I don't know what most of these things are doing. Ooh, min height. That might be. Oh. So this guy, I think, the sliders in this are weird. If you pull it all the way up to the top, it just takes it to a certain amount, and then you have to slide it again. It's a little bit strange how they behave. But that is doing what I wanted it to do. I keep going back and forth on those. I feel like having that like cap on there looks cool. Oops. What's and just like any other 3D software, there's got to be a zoom. Zoom, 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 zoom selected. All right. There's our horizon. How do we get back to our thing? Let's see, that's Google World Creator. Zoom. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We've made our computer angry. World creator, zoom, extents, maybe? Let's just see if zoom extents comes back. Can't zoom out property. How do I zoom out in the world editor? Tutorial, Oleg. I mean, we could just, you know, I think we zoomed out, so we'll try. Oh, wait. Oh, there's a clipping plane involved. There's gotta be a zoom function, right? Oh, that doesn't have to be. But we got back to it anyways. -1 point for having to deal with that. Only, what other settings do we have on invert height? We're gonna turn that back off. And then this guy we can turn. Oh no, we still need that. That really decimates things. Let's go back to this guy. There's something cool about that. Let's see, how do we do areas? Can we add areas? Oh wait, there's a way that I think that we can brush in areas, right? Edit blend map? Yeah! Paint. Size, strength, 1. Okay, so we can't paint outside of the map, I think is the idea. So let's just make it go everywhere and then we'll paint some stuff out. We can do that. Fit, and then edit blend map, and then eraser tool. This is kind of fun. I don't see when I would ever need need this tool professionally, since like everything I do in professionally tends to be cities for the most part. And I can't think of a time that I would like actually need to be able to generate giant mountains. But so fun is like definitely a important characteristic that I'm looking for in this. So if I don't enjoy doing it, I won't do this during sketches. There's something kind of cool going on already in my book. Ooh, colleague, thank you. Let's give it a try. Ah, I like it. It would be nice if you could store like a camera too, because I'm kind of thinking this like, okay, if I was gonna make an image, right? You can kind of like design to a view. That's erosion deep. Yeah, we're gonna leave that off because I like having the ridge line. It's kind of the most important thing. What do we got? We have 496. What? No, I'm not gonna mess with that right now. Oops. Ooh. I feel like the navigation. I noticed this the first time I was playing with it. The navigation's definitely easier if you use the WASD QE keys. The mouse seems to be a afterthought. That's kind of cool. There's a way we can put a C in to see kind of what happens if we clip it all at one level. Show ocean plane. Ooh. was almost exactly where I was thinking of putting it. That was kind of nice. Oh, okay, let's see what else we can do with this thing. This is fun. This is incredibly enjoyable. I feel like in 3D, it's always fun whenever you get a ton of like detailed. It's like playing with the cloth simulator, like Marvelous Designer or whatever. You get all of this detail and intricacy without having to actually like model or create it. I feel like that's always super satisfying. I'm not crazy about those mountains. Let's maybe play with those a little bit. Let's go back to filters. What's creating them? Maybe what we need to do is add them back in. All right, so right now, this is what we got going. Oh, that F is gonna save us today. We'd just be staring at a horizon, searching one randomly. So that gives us that, which I think I'm gonna skip on right now. Let's get rid of, oops. Let's get rid of the area. There's something I really like about this terrain. I'm not sure what. It feels, well, it's from the alien section, and I was gonna say it feels alien. So, I mean, that's, yeah, you know, good old insight over on this side of things. Let's see if we can't add in some more height variation. Give it a try. Whoa. Oh. That's pretty cool. I feel like just playing in this would be a good way to like think about what kind of image you want to do. Like if you had no idea what you were gonna do, you just felt like making an image, you could just kind of play in here and think of cool compositions. Now, not being able to set any form of camera is a little bit of a challenge. Or maybe, I shouldn't say that you can't set a camera. Maybe you can set a camera and I just don't know how. Set camera, toggle compass, filters, dun, dun. Take screenshot. No, I just want to hold the camera. Yeah, no, none that I found. No obvious way to do so. Though, if any of you guys know about one, look a brother up. There's something that I like here. I feel like there's like a little path here that I feel like could be cool. Now let's keep playing. Let's see what else. So that's cratered cliffs. This is, whoa. Canyon, hills. I feel like we've let things get too steep and now we're seeing a ton of these ugly cliff sides, which we might be able to fix just by using a displacement with a box mapping in Max. But let's keep on a looking. That's crazy. It's nuts just like how much it changes these things. Let's turn the ocean back off. Ocean, ocean, ocean. So we can see all of the effects that we're getting. Bonkers. And I seem to remember that this is like what frequency it's basically operating on, with this being like the overarching whole thing, and then as you go down, more and more details. Seems true. Ooh, I wonder. I have an idea. Yeah, see, that is so I was playing with, maybe it was this one or some version of this. And you end up with all of these like very ugly edges. Ooh, this looks familiar. Want to say it was this one. Oh, Mike Johnson, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you here. I'm playing with World Creator for not the first time, but I've never spent more than like an hour or so in this. So I'm just kind of, I'm clicking buttons and I'm, you know, enjoying how much I don't have to model. But good to have you, buddy. What was I gonna say? Yeah, anybody that has used this end Gaia, I would very much love your thoughts, impressions, general feelings, conclusions, anything you got on it. I will be trying them both out on my own. It does seem like people are very much polarized between which ones they like. It feels like, which is not a bad thing. See, now where did... I feel like this is different from where we left it. Which it very well may be. But can we... Ooh. Da da da. Okay, let's go, let's start a new one. No. Nothing precious. Here's my thought. My favorite thing, at least, you know, without having any actual plan, I think let's go with a smaller overall kind of topography. Let's find something where things are happening in the middle. Kind of, something like that maybe. And let's make like a little scene and see if we can't get it into 3ds Max with any type of efficiency. I feel like that should be normalized. That seems cool. Let's see what this gives us. Excuse me. And let's add a layer, and let's add that one that I really liked, which was the alien, I think, cratered planes. Yeah. And then we now need to up the resolution. So we went down to 512, so let's go to a quarter. That gets us 248. Let's go to an eighth. That gets us 4096. And I'm gonna undo what I just said I was doing. Let's go back to a fourth, and let's go up to 1024. Give us a little bit more room to make something here. Jay, that's good knowledge. See what the Houdini crowd are up to. And if they have a bridge for Houdini, maybe that means they're going to have bridge for more things. I did run into, it looks like a lot of people use World Creator with Unity because it's built into Unity, which I've never used and don't have any intention of using. I don't think either of them are built into 3ds Max. But who knows? Part of the idea with playing with the other 3D tools for like faster, dirty work is to kind of, just, broaden the horizons a little bit. So maybe there's another solution. If there's a bridge to one, that would be a big winner. Oh. Okay, let's see if we can't find something cool. I feel like this is just kind of a lazy start to the week. Oh. I do wish I do not love the kind of viewport controls on this. Maybe it's hard to say whether that's just me not being used to them or that they're just too video game for a non-gamer like myself. Couldn't say. Where's the render? Dun, dun, dun. Environment. Where did the there's somewhere where you can, sun direction. Here we go. Let's keep playing. Let's keep playing. Ooh. See, something like that would be awesome if it wasn't for whoever uses any of these. What do you guys do with all of these super stretched polygons whenever you have vertical surfaces? I'd be curious. Surely I'm not the only one that looks at that and says, God, that's awful. But who knows? Could be. What? I mean, there's something cool going on here, but I feel like once it gets stretched, it only stays that way. Let's keep it. Oh, that is annoying. One of the cool, just thinking about like the possibilities of something like this, if you generated like a couple, like one kind of terrain that gives you the idea that you like as far as the quality of it, you can just sit here and flip through more and more variations of it until you get a shape that you like. If you're not after anything in specific, in particular. Which I guess would be something that would happen with any procedural terrain generator, but I'm still excited about it. Give me options. I feel like this really wants to be at the 2048, the native. Yeah. Let's keep looking. Oh, come on. I don't know how I feel right now at the moment. And it's also one of those things where I'm not in love with what this is. Let's turn that one off. I'm definitely not in love with this. And I'm also curious what, like, you get that like general feeling for a software, and you never really know, especially at the beginning, if it's, I'm not thrilled with it because I don't know it, or whether or not that's not the issue. That's ugly as sin. I like the stepped thing. What to do? Cheers, Javier. I found it's cool to draw custom height map in PS, apply it in World Creator, and then play around to make it real. Oh, that's an interesting workflow, which, given that we've been playing around here for 40 minutes, I'm not going to go in and paint anything. But I'm assuming like you paint the kind of like general idea. If you want a ravine, you paint in kind of like the rough black and whites that'll give you a ravine. Apply that at the beginning and then add in everything afterwards. Let me know if that's kind of the general shape of how you like to use it, Dario. And I will definitely try that. Jay, where are you finding real world height maps? That's awesome. Let's see what else we, oh wait, change. There we go. Ooh, Javier, I'll have to check out what Fabian's been up to with it. And that's another good little piece of information that he's using World Creator. So I have an idea. Let's see. Oh, god damn it. Change. What did I change that to? Is plateau of some sort? Yeah, that looks like it. Let's change to that. And then let's play with, let's remove that. Here's what I'm thinking we're gonna do with the next 15 minutes or so of today. So I like this. Let's just see which one. If any of these give me something I like more. That's fucking cool. But here's the thought. Let's take this guy. Let's go add and close. And then the one thing that I remembered from last time is that we can add We can use texture layers that we're not going to use the textures for because they were complete garbage when you actually use them, but you can use them so you can see where you're setting up the height maps. So let's just pick anything. We'll pick that guy. We'll say add and close. So that's everywhere. And right now, and then we're going to add another one. Cliffs, add and close. And what we will do with that is I want to separate kind of these like flattish areas. Which I think we'll do slope select. And we'll say da da da. And then there was a way, toggle heat maps. Yeah. So we can separate those two materials afterwards. I think that's probably good. That's good for what we're gonna test, I think, right now. Let's export some stuff and see what it looks like in 3D. So, terrain height map. Probably not raw. Let's go with, is EXR an option? Yes, EXR is an option down at the bottom. I don't know exactly what they mean when they say raw. So let's export that. Let's make a folder for this. Let's just do it on desktop, new folder, WC, could be water closet, could be world creator. And let's export that guy. Desktop, WC. And we'll just leave it as height map. That works fine. Oh, I'm missing things on the chat. Jay, that is awesome. I'm gonna look for that because that would be rad. National map, only for the USA. That's awesome. Dario, gotcha. I'm definitely gonna try that out. Claudio, that's also really interesting. In you can bring in low poly like shapes and then have that generate something over top of it, because that would be like my ideal scenario. You guys have seen me create shitty mountains multiple times at this point, because you put them right where you want them for the composition. If you could bring those in, even if it means adjusting the way that you create them, and then just export something else out, that would be freaking awesome. I think that'll export what I want for it. Heat map. We'll find out here in a moment. Rock and roll. Let's see. Okay. Multi-frame generation progress. Okay. Let's see what this gave us. Giant EXR, which I'm also going to save out into a lower form. Let's close that. Let's make a plane. Forget how big that we said that was. I think we did 2048. So let's just keep things real size. Oops. Where is Photoshop? There we go. Ba-ba. Ooh. Interesting. I wonder what software likes things exported this way. That's okay. We can make something black and white. Let's see what kind of detail we get on it. Not a ton of detail. What is that at? Oh, that's at 4096. Okay, but let's just keep playing. Let's before we start. And I don't think we're gonna need. I don't think I'm gonna displace the whole thing. I think I'm gonna actually displace geometry. So let's save this as a JPEG. Now we have both. Oops. Image mode, 8 bits a channel. Yeah, we'll do that. Don't merge. Oh, hey yo. That should be good for displacing geometry. We're gonna find out in a second. Let's save it like that. Okay. Let's give it a nice power of 2 numbers, because why not? Isoline display. Oops, don't get crazy. That's 2000, and then let's take displace. Patrick, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Thank you for grabbing my attention with the bright orange. I've been doing terrible with the chat today. Folks, I apologize. Blame it on the spritz. Okay, let's grab desktop height map. See what we get. Where's WC? What on earth has happened? Oh, fucking. How do I get... I've not yet figured out how to completely turn off this nonsense OneDrive. Try again. Close that. Oh, you are the worst OneDrive. Desktop. Just copy paste. Come on. There we go. I absolutely cannot stand that. And I keep doing it. And it's just driving me nuts. Height map, JPEG. Okay, let's see what we get here. That fixes those edges. Let's see. We got something. I don't know where exactly we were looking before. We lose those nice little details down at the bottom. Right now this is 2 million polygons. Obviously this is supposed to be render time displaced. Let's see what happens if we go to 8 million polygons. Not much better. That might be the JPEG at that point. Let's see something though real quick. Here's my thought. Here's my thinkings. Let's displace this. A little bit less than that. Something like that. Now, right now, what I'm thinking is if we were to apply a real texture to this, all of these straightened sides going up and down would look, dear Lord, would look terrible. But we could use a different mapping. Brilliant, right? They'll never see me coming. Okay, let's quickly set up a scene. We're gonna need to give it some material. I have a thought. Give me F-store materials. Give me that. And ooh, I wonder if I can. I'm gonna check something here. Textures, don't 3D models. Against bridge, downloaded, surface. Which one do I want? I think this is the one we used last time. I do kind of like it. Let's just grab that really quickly, and we will throw in the. Let's go nuts on maps. We're gonna go with the big displacement map, and then we are gonna grab. Once that gets in there, the albedo and the normal and the roughness. Voila. Okay. Make all those F-Storm bitmaps. Change this one to so that we can see it. So I think we're gonna have and for all the people that are constantly giving me troubles about my love of the compact material editor, see, there's sometimes when I use this late. So here's what I'm thinking about. So yeah, so right now I'm getting a decent amount of stretching on like the vertical shapes. And so I think I have to change all of these. Not positive on that, but I think so. And then let's put a UVW map box and channel 2. That didn't help us as much as I was hoping or expecting. Because they're so straight. So what do we do? I wonder. Let's keep trying here. Let's take this guy. 130,000 polygons. We could displace it again, maybe. Let's try it. Quickest way to figure things out. Okay, not a nice line display. We could probably get away with unwrapping 500,000 polygons. We'll see in a second. The question is, does this work? I know this doesn't make any sense of what I'm doing right now, but I remember a thing that I was struggling with last time, and maybe UVWs will come out. There's a thing I was struggling with last time I was playing with that mountainy thing. And so I'm trying to figure out a good workaround for that. I don't like the way that it seems like most people use it in games is to use the actual displacement map at 32-bit or 16-bit image, and then you can actually see it when you're building the games, and so that displaced surface is practically real geometry, which is awesome. In this, you would have to hit render every time you wanted to see it if you were placing trees or anything like that. So I want this definitely to be a mesh to be working on, and I want it to be a mesh that I can actually control how heavy it is, which is why I don't want to export a mesh from World Creator. That's what I'm thinking through at the moment. But I don't think this solution is going to work, because I think my faith in this working is very, very low at the moment. Let's see what Task Manager has to say about it. Pretty sure that it's not pleased with our 500,000 polygon unwrap and peel. It's working, but it's not really working. Enough to know. Start over with that one. Okay, we're going to try it again. Patrick, I thought about doing more posts today, but then I thought, no, I'm going to save more posts for the next time I'm with Patrick and I'm required to teach him something. My spritz is up, the music's off. I am going to try, I do want to at least hit render very quickly. Let's put on more tunes. Flark. Try adding an edit poly modifier, then try the UVW on channel 2 again. Yeah, without an edit poly, would be unwrapping it as an edit mesh. That might have been a good call. Let's see how quickly we can rebuild that. I think pretty quickly. What do we give this for? 64, 64, 2048, 2048. Okay. Let's see here. In computer update news, I have begun specking out a new one to build because this girl ain't doing great. We've had quite a few crashes over the past past week. Most of them being like black, screens, complete computer freezes. I haven't seen a blue screen, which, you know, I guess it's something. So let's see. So my idea is that if we displace, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Here we go. If we displace this as much as we want to displace it. So now we're only at 8,000 polygons. Let's put one turbo smooth on it. Now we're at 32. 131. This is nice and small. I don't want to have to recreate this. WC. Okay. And then I want to see if I can get a unwrap before this displace. That is the question. 130,000 polygons it should be able to handle. But who knows? Oh, and I forgot to edit polymod, Clark. But we just saved it. I don't know if that's the problem or not because I forgot to test it. Patrick, I was actually mentioning that earlier. I have World Creator installed, and there's not a demo of it. You have to buy at least something to try it. Which I feel like is just a quick way for them to encourage people to crack their software, which I am not encouraging. I paid for mine. But I feel like they should really have a demo. But Gaia has a demo, and we should absolutely do that. Music-wise, this is just stuff off of Epidemic. So it's kind of like, it's not artist list, but it's not, I don't know who it is. I don't know who it is. I don't think that we're going to recover from that. I'm definitely not going to wait for it because I just saved. These maps freaking look cool. They looked a little bit cooler as a thumbnail than they do close up. That just looks unnatural. As a thumbnail, they look rad. I don't know how much you guys can see over there. Michaela, I did not export a normal map, and I have a reason for that, but I don't know if it's going to pay off or not. Okay, first let's just go all the way down here and put an edit poly all the way at the bottom. And we'll put another one at the top. Minus the lines off, edit poly. Unwrap for me. Oh, 3ds Max. We'll give it a second, but this is disappointing. I mean, it's pretty simple geometry. It's only 60,000 polys. This should just snap through this. I'm not entirely sure why it's not. But that's 3ds Max for you. If you like troubleshooting, use 3ds Max. Ooh, Clark, if you are going to give it a try, please, 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 please let me know what you think. I've been sourcing opinions. I was chatting with Bertrand Benoit, who recently posted some stuff that he was playing with in Gaia about why he likes it more, why he chose Gaia to play with. I haven't even opened Gaia yet. Next on the list. Oh, Claudio, that's just a funny question. I mean, there's a chance that this hasn't crashed, and if I leave it enough time, it'll do it, but I want to press render. So I'm going to abort that idea, and I'm going to go back, and I'm going to do the one thing that I did think I was going to do, which is take all of that, displace it. I was going to make two materials and play with blending them. Maybe I won't do that this time since it's 2:10 and we all have work and things to do. But if I don't press render at all, then we've just been looking at World Creator all day. So we're at least going to get that done. I mean, Claudio, like, there's so much code in 3ds Max that hasn't been rewritten in years and years and years. 3ds Max, it doesn't crash. What kind of, that would just be such a wonderful world. I'd love to see it happen. I'm rooting for it. Okay, let's pick a camera that I think could be cool, which would mean perspective. Just something like this. And let's get this little ugly duckling in here. So this is 130,000. We'll go one higher with Turbo Smooth, so that it's not quite as ugly, but still pretty ugly, admittedly. Let's just see something really quickly. Give us a camera. Thank you kindly. Let's remake that material that we made and then broke. And where was that one? Oh, we gotta find it again. If anyone knows any friends that works for Megascans, please tell them to name their things with sensible names, because this is just ridiculous. That guy. Should we still grab the ridiculous displacement? Let's grab the ridiculous displacement. And then roughness. Okay. Convert them to F-Storm bitmaps. Invert the roughness map. Oops, wrong check button. Copy it into reflection gloss. Turn this to normal. We'll leave it at a meter for the time being. Let's apply it. It is applied. Let's make it somewhat visible. Ba-da-ba. And I think we're going to want to scale it. I'm not going to mess with the actual UVWs because I'm going to save this scene to continue testing a couple of ideas when I'm not worried about it crashing as much. Let's go with something like that. No, we need more than that. Let's go with double that. I think let's double that again. That's looking weird now. Let's just see what happens here. Let's see what happens. Da, 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 da. This computer is so no longer thrilled with having me use it. It's ridiculous. And I don't know if you guys can hear. Who knows? The GPU fans are like whirring right now. We haven't even pressed render. We do have a displacement on there. I do want to do it something like, let's say maybe 3 meters. I think we still need to scale it some more, but I think that part of that problem is just that that's always going to be stretched. So we could also just do, let's see here. Let's just see something really quickly. Oh, that looks so awful. What would be a smart way to do that that's not unwrapping? Let's leave that off. Let's just see what we get. And we'll save. And we will... Oh, we're gonna need some kind of light source. Let's grab... We got through sky. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-boom. Textures, Guthrie. We're gonna be looking at a bunch of Guthrie skies sometime this week. Let's pick a number that I don't recognize. 953. I have no idea which that one is. But it'll be something. Map scaler mod. I don't know what that is, Mr. Clark. I love that you have this whole world of tricks that I just have never been, somehow have completely missed my radar. I mean, don't tempt me, Patrick. I will do it in post. But you missed the beginning. My thinking is I'm trying to kind of attack this new workflow in as many ways as possible. Which direction is camera facing up? It's facing upwards. Let's go with 0.3 and let's press render and see what this looks like. I have no idea what's gonna happen here. I have a little expectation, but not much of an expectation. Jay, I was having another conversation with somebody else about Redshift. Going back to pressing all of those buttons, okay, displacement looks terrible. Going back to pressing all of the buttons that it feels like you need to press for Redshift seems annoying. So I'm very, very torn on it. But the results are pretty rad. V-Ray is simplified a lot. I do want to go back and test some V-Ray stuff. I'm not going to consider Octane for personal reasons. Redshift or V-Ray, one of the two. It's at the top of the mod stack. I use it for shingles all of the time. So let's see what it is. Let's see what it all is, and let's see. Yeah, that looks like garbage. That looks like garbage. Let's have a look-sees. Let's see what it looks like on a flat plane real quick. So the displacement itself is working fine. It's displacing it off of this texture, and I think it's from all the stretching that comes from the displacing. That is my thinking. Okay, let's try another thing here. Let's close this for one moment. Let's get rid of the UVW map. After the displace, let's just put a regular unwrap in there. Fuck it. If it crashes, if this crashes, we're not opening Max again today. At least, not for this. I have regular work I need to get back to. But I do want to see if I can just relax this. Let's go back one step here. Turbo smooth. Let's turn it down to... Let's just go with 1 first. Let's see if we can do this incrementally. I don't think that helps us much, does it? Yeah, a bit. That gets quite a bit better. Let's just see what actually, and then let's just displace that because it's much simpler. Let's put a giant smooth on it with a super strong power. I did, Patrick, install TieFlow to play with booleans a little bit the other day, and I saw that they have a tie smooth filter which smooths things with multi-threaded as opposed to single-threaded, which I got really, really excited about, and then it kept crashing. So who knows if that was just the geometry I was trying to put it on or whatever else. Obviously, TieFlow is still in beta, but the idea that he's just kind of going through and making things multi-threaded for 3ds Max makes me really, really hope that 3ds Max gets their shit together and just fucking buy some. I don't know if I want them to buy it or not because they might just fuck it up. But it would be amazing if they went in and like actually fixed some of those things. Da, 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 da. That should close up those holes, maybe. Oops. No, we won't worry about them right now. So we got some rocks. We got some, you know, again, that looks like a threshold error, but that's not what I'm worried about at the moment. Obviously, the scale of this is way, way off, and it's going to be way, way off because I'm using a small map and I'm using it over an entire terrain. But let's just go ahead and bump her up again. Ignoring how bad all of the tiling looks, this one kind of works. Let's just kind of turbo smooth, so we can divide it some more. I wonder if we can just copy this guy, paste it. Oops. Oh, that looked fine at 5. This has to go back down 2. Can you just center on this maybe? No. That's okay. Obviously, this is displacing 2 things once. It's displacing it twice, which kind of I'm going to imagine is going to mess things up because obviously the reprojection of that texture is not accurate to where it was when it was flat. But I'm not going to worry a ton about it. I'm also not going to worry a ton about how ridiculously tiled that material is, because we're not trying to really make anything. I do want to make this into something reflective, waterish. Da, 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 da. Let's give it some kind of random noise. F-storm noise, that should do it. Set that to like a centimeter or 2. I am so ignoring so many things. Mike, for F-storm, please use just one smoothing group for proper displacement. That smooth modifier should have moved everything to 1. I hate having to go back in and edit all that nonsense. Gotta be honest. What is going on? We're not actually seeing anything more, which makes me think that we did something wrong. Interactive renderer, maybe? It's enabled. That should work. That has that material on it. Set to double-sided. Da, 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 da. Jay, I've done that a lot in the past, to be honest. It's a really quick way to get mountains, and obviously, like just projecting them onto a plane and then just sitting them back with a map on it. That's also how I usually do cities, for like penthouse apartments and the like. And it's super easy. Obviously, then the problem is that if you change the lighting, that image no longer works, which is what I'm trying to avoid. Nope, that's not the right number. Oh yeah, buddy. When in doubt, my friends. Lots of fog. I don't love it, but it does kind of work. It doesn't work great. I need to work on it some more. Not obviously, this image looks like shit. Just kind of thinking through how I would want to use this. Right, this is relatively high poly. I think even if we were to take off one of those, I doubt that this last one's really giving us any more actual detail. If we can pause it, there we go. I think we can probably, let's see how much that changes. Just between, so that went from however many it was, 2 million polygons, down to 130,000. And let's see what changes. Oops, a lot's gonna change. No, nothing changed. Nothing major changed. See, especially for a back plate, how much better is this than my crappy mountains? That's what I like, right? Especially if I was going to paint over this anyways, and obviously I could be more careful with the material, and we didn't even get into dealing with the heat maps that let us separate stuff. And you can't split displacement materials. What we could do... Let's just take a quick look-sees. Let's just give this like a gray material. And we'll turn that off for a moment, and then we will grab one of them maps that we made. WC. Don't know which one's which, doesn't really matter. Oh, I did scale. Yeah, whatever. Fuck it. Let's see what it looks like. I scaled the map that's displacing it, so things aren't going to line up perfectly. And I didn't lock the camera because I always forget to lock the camera. Ba-da-da-ba-da-ba. And what we could do let's just give that a different material. What material? So that doesn't. Yeah, there are issues with what I'm doing right now. I'm fully aware of that. If anyone's following along, don't do what I'm doing right now. Because that looks like that piece should probably be right there. What we could do. Go back to this guy. What's the other day? We can go back to fitting and we can fix the ones on the side, I believe by decay. Isn't that the way that we want to do it? No. Yeah, F it. We'll just stick with it and ignore the sides for now, because you could always just delete those bad ones. Nope. Fit. Let's see what that gives us. I'm noodling and not really doing anything at this point. I have some ideas from today, but no real answers. But I think that's where we're gonna call it. It was a fun day of playing with World Creator. Guys, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the tips and ideas and tricks. I very much appreciate it. To continue playing with things. Patrick, I will check to see what's going on with smoothing group stuff, though I think it's fixable. And you can't really see it right here. Oh, you can see spots of it, maybe. Either way, folks, that's all I'm going to do today. I am going to move back to client stuff and all of that fun. Thank you for hanging out. Tomorrow, I don't know what we're going to be doing tomorrow. We'll be doing something. Could be doing more of this. Maybe I'll do a little bit more work on this tonight. Could be doing some painting. Who knows? But Patrick, I think we're good for Thursday. Fingers crossed. Patrick will be here on Thursday. I don't know that, but I'm hoping so. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for hanging out. Be well. Stay positive. Make something cool. Even if it's just for you. Awkward time, guys. Awkward times. Can you guys hear those fans? They're so loud. But we are rendering, so I can't fully fault them. Anyways, awkward time. Where's the buttons? Where's the buttons? Here we go. Guys, until next time, that drink's empty. I'll cheers you with waters. Be well. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Hasta luego. Beep. Beep.